Well, parents and grandparents, get ready to use your measuring cups on a daily basis because they're involved in today's healthy habit. What is that, Joe?
Well, Shirley, you know, I think one of the biggest issues we face with kids and what they eat is the lack of supervision when they're eating what they eat. Okay?
Overeating is what you're really saying.
Overeating. I mean, how many times does a kid grab a bag of chips and go and sit in front of the TV and reach into that bag? So here's our quick healthy habit. Go ahead and let your child have those chips. We talk about healthy chips, organic, you know, potato chips without any hydrogenated oils. But here's the tip. Measure out what you're going to give them. One serving is pretty wimpy.
Yeah.
You know, your kid's not going to hang with that.
Maybe.
Go ahead and give them 2 servings, whatever it says. So if it says about 10 chips, give them 20 chips. Put the chips in the bowl. Say, here's your bowl, here's your chips.
I'm taking the
Enjoy.
bag.
Yeah, I'm taking the bag. And also teach that kid, look, if he's only got 9 chips left, chip number whatever, let's say he has 20 total, he has 9 left, so chip number 11 is going to be enjoyed a lot more than if he thinks or she thinks they have 74 chips left.
Yeah, or just an indefinite number of stuffing them in your face.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Doc, do you think that that is too oversimplified?
No, I think that that's exactly the way that we have to combat childhood obesity, is simple things that any family can do to help control portions and make lives happier. And this is great advice, not only for kids, but for everybody.
adults.
Well,
I was just going to say that.
But nobody can make me do that, okay? I can make my kid do that.
You can make yourself do it, but
I think that's a huge difference.
But portions. I'm always, I'm telling my husband if he's trying to lose weight, think portions, because we do mindlessly eat without even enjoying it and thinking about what we do. And don't you think that's establishing a very wonderful habit in children to know that they need to concentrate on portions?
Oh, certainly.
We have time for about another minute or so for a question for you, Dr. Sunderbruch. How often do you, or are we seeing a trend, and I'm hoping that we are, of pediatricians talking to teens and toddlers and their parents about the food that they're eating, about eating real food? Like you saw our segments here on how to buy cereal, and some doctors take the approach of, if it's not going to kill you, go ahead and eat it. We'll treat it if you're ill. But I think there's more of a trend to saying, no, you know what, it really does matter. Cereal isn't just cereal. Are you talking to your patients about things like that?
It certainly matters. And, it matters that kids understand where their food comes from. It doesn't come from a drive-through window. It comes from ingredients that go into a bowl that you put in an oven and cook and turn into a meal as a family. And cooking and eating food together that you make yourselves is so much more rewarding than, driving through a line and picking something up in a bag.
It's almost a lost art. I mean, eating together as a family is just almost a lost art today, and so that would be another good tip, Joe, for a future show.
Yes, and yet another good tip is, it's so commonplace. Parents hug their kids all the time when they're little. And when they start getting a little older, especially with dads and sons, I have 2 boys. My little guy, he'll snuggle you all day long. My older boy, he's like hugging an ironing board. But I know he loves when I hug him.
Yeah, well, they like touching too. They love touching. Sometimes I think when they go through teenage years, they don't like the hug so much, but they still like the occasional hand on the shoulder or something.
Well, I know when I was a teenager, I still liked my dad's hugs. I mean, I didn't want to make a project out of it. I didn't want it to just go on forever.
Well, I just want to say real quick before the show's over, and thank you so much. This has been wonderful, but I just want to say, we talk a lot about going to Kylia.com and clicking on Kylia, and the reason for that is that Kylia has a fabulous website that we are totally partnering together to provide as much health information as we can for you. And on Kylia, you not only have wonderful supplemental products to purchase, but you have articles, a lot of great articles. You have a newsletter that you can get, and just really a lot of benefits to that website. And that's why we're directing you there, because we're totally on board with getting as much information to you as we can.
Well, Shirley, I want to invite our viewers to visit Kylia.com, Kylia.com. And what you're going to see on there, you're going to see articles on health. You're going to see offering of supplements, but you're going to see all natural supplements, and you're not going to see a ton of them because so many of them are not what they should be. You are not going to see us making promises that we're going to cure everything from cancer to canker sores. Visit the site. We think you're going to find that it's a different site in the kind that you want to participate in. Thank you so much for viewing. I'd like to thank Dr. Sunderbruch for joining us to share her pediatric expertise. For more information on her, you can log on to TLN.com and click on Balanced Health. And if you have any health questions, email them to balancedhealth@TLN.com and we'll answer them on air. Until next time, hug your kids, love God, and never, ever quit. See you next time.
Bye-bye.